Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well on this terrific Tuesday. And you're looking absolutely terrific, by the way. So Monday must have been a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Anyway, we've got some meat and potatoes to get into this morning. We're doing live later, by the way. Remember, live, which we've got quite a lot to go on. A lot of stuff to talk about. So join the Rant podcast later, 5:45 p.m. Eastern, which is 10:45 p.m. UK time. And anyway, we've got some new docs to go over. Now, I don't know whether I've had a knock on the head, which is probably probably me who's had a knock on the head, or other people have had a knock on the head. But we're going to go through these docs, and I'm going to let you know what I think these docs are actually about. Now, it does appear that there's potentially a doc to come to kind of bring this all in line. But let's have a look at it and see what you think. See what you think. So this is the latest doc as of recording this. Now, like I say, there may be another doc that comes out later. But for now, this is the doc. Which is defendant's response to state's motion to limit testimony. So there hasn't actually been a specific motion to limit testimony, but there has been motion set in place that could potentially limit testimony. And I believe what they're talking about in this is with respect of the cast data, Ray and his information. I believe that this could be that they could bring out a new doc. Another doc comes out that basically says that there's going to be a limitation because there is no cast report. So therefore, Ann Taylor alongside Ray can't do a full look at the route in which in the PCA they're saying that the White Hyundai Elantra took. Anyway, just put a pin in that, and we'll come back to that in a second, because a lot of people are reading some things into this that I don't. Comes now, Brian C. Koberger, buying through his attorney of record, and hereby submits the following response to the state's motion to limit testimony, filed May 10th, 2024. So again, for some reason, this is suggesting there is a specific motion to limit testimony. Now, I, at this stage, and I could be wrong, believe that is going to reference really Ray. That's who I think this is going to reference. Could be wrong, but that's what I think. And I'll read on and let you know why I think that. So in the state's motion, the state contends that the affidavit is probable cause is irrelevant at this stage. There's no way that it's irrelevant because it's the actual document that stipulates why they went for an arrest in the first place. We want this person arrested because we believe he did this crime because of this. Now they're trying to now downplay the importance of the PCA, which further suggests what we've been talking about over the last couple of days, and that is parallel construction. So what they're basically saying is, we no longer need that because time's progressed. Things have moved on, and we've actually got other evidence that is not relevant to that. But then you do have to question, okay, if that's the point, but this was done through a grand jury, then did the information that the grand jury have, was that different to the PCA here? Because if my client is sitting here purely because of the information inside the PCA, then there is relevance there, absolute relevance, because that's why he's actually sitting there. And we know there's been an issue with that, which we're going to get to in a second. So state's motion at 4. The state cites no authority for this claim. Mr. Koberger, so what they're basically saying here is you can't say that the PCA is irrelevant unless you give us an alternative and say that's not irrelevant because of this. And they haven't done that. We know how much Ann Taylor's been struggling for discovery for the last year and a half. But that's what she's basically saying. There's no authority. You're giving us no... You're just saying it's one of those... You're just going to have to trust us. Just going to have. We don't need that. Trust us. And, it's bollocks. Mr. Koberger has the ability to challenge the probable cause affidavits in this matter that we use to procure warrants. So this is talking about, I believe, again, Cyray. So we're talking about whether in the PCA, they're saying Brian Koberger's white Hyundai Elantra was here, 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 and here. And they're saying we can challenge that. We have a witness that can challenge that, a professional witness, and he should be allowed to do that. And it says here, see, e.g. State versus Thompson, blah, 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 finding informers' reliability a relevant issue as it's related to probable cause for a wiretap. So what this is just talking about here, this is just citing where another case with a similar situation, the state has favoured on the defence's side. So they're basically saying, in the past, you have found this exact issue. We can challenge who put together the information inside your PCA. And this is going for there is no cast report. They have no cast report. So they're turning around and saying, you can't say that our client was there. We're challenging the reliability of the person who said that. It's not. Have I been whacked on the head? Because that's what I'm getting from this. And it gives you another case here, which is State versus Hosey, Idaho, another Idaho case. This is going back to 1988. The other one was 1988. Finding informers' reliability a relevant issue as it related to probable cause for a search. So again, it's talking about where someone has provided evidence in a case that's been under scrutiny and the state has sided with the defense. So she's saying, this what I'm coming to you now is no fucking different than these other cases. So you need to let us do what we're saying we're going to do, or that is she's going to prove bias. State versus Hosey, another in the year 2000. So she's just given a list of cases where they've had the same issue with respect of information contained within the PCA, which calls into question the reliability of the person who's given that information, when they can find someone who can directly challenge the information in there. And it would appear at this stage that what Anne's saying is, you're trying to restrict our ability to challenge something that is challengeable, and we have a tangible way of challenging the information that you've provided that is the very foundation of why our client sits here. The finding of indictment does not preclude a defendant from seeking to gain through discovery information relevant to the probable cause provided to the court. And this is important here. What this is basically saying is, just because you give someone a PCA that's got evidence in it, and the people who are shown that say, okay, we can indict him based on that, that doesn't remove his ability to be able to challenge it. He is still entitled to challenge what is in there. That's not set in stone, and that's what people around this case struggle, and that's what we try, and the people who are kind of wanting proper justice, true justice, that's what we try and push all the time, that people seem to not understand that the PCA is not set in stone. It doesn't mean that it's fact. It doesn't mean that it's fact. It's that the information contained in that document is not set in stone. But people think it is. They read it and they think, oh, because it's in there, that is what happened. And it's like how this court seems to be operating. The PCA is in there, and that is it. That's that, because it's written in that document, that is the way that this went down. That is yet to be proven. And if that can be discounted through discovery, then so fucking be it. Again, this goes down to the old, do you want justice, or do you just want a result that ticks a box and satisfies whatever needs you have? Which for Idaho might just be to get out of this situation. Get it done, get it dusted. That's over with, and we can now move on. Business as usual. And for people on this fucking platform, that's just to set I don't know, some bloodlust of some description, because you've decided that you hate Brian Coburg, you just want to see the fucking guy burn at the stake. He might be guilty, he may not. But if he's guilty, it needs to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. And people don't fucking like that. They just think, oh, we'll just roll with what we got and fuck it, we're done. It's not right. Something ain't right. Let me know what you think. Have I had a knock on the head? Am I getting this doc completely wrong? Because that's what I think. Not that I've got it wrong. I think I'm right. I'm very seldom wrong. Have a fantastic day. And if I don't catch you before, I'll catch you in the live tonight.